Hello everyone, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. Click on that notification bell. Like, dislike, share, comment, let us know what you're thinking. You could also follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts. Now, today on the Angel of Words podcast, we have the owner of Beautyholics Medspa, Miss Andrea Shaw, on deck on the Angel of Words podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Angel of Words podcast. I'm your host, Angel of Words, and today we will be talking about a subject I know absolutely nothing about: beauty. So to help us here understand how to keep ourselves beautiful, we have the owner of Beautyholics Medspa, Miss Andrea Shaw. Hello, Miss Shaw. Thank you for joining us today on the Angel of Words podcast. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me as well.
Now, Miss Shaw, what was your motivation behind starting this Beautyholics Medspa? And can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So I've always had a passion for skincare.
You have great skin, by the way, from what I see on the Zoom.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So makeup free. This is my first taste, everybody.
Okay.
So I've always had a passion for beautification of the skin. I just feel like, especially your face, that's the first thing people see, and you should have flawless skin. Like, there's no excuse for not having flawless skin. So my passion for that, I've decided that, okay, I need to take a step to getting my license so I can actually help people to have beautiful skin. So I decided to go back to school. I went to school, got my license, and after school, I decided that I wanted to open my own business. And here I am today, the owner of Beautyholics Medspa.
Now, that's a big deal, Andrea. You know, like you said, that's the first thing that people notice, and they judge you straight off the rip on that. You know, can you discuss some of the specialties that you offer and things that you actually, engage in when you're actually performing these services for people?
Sure. So I do facial treatments, both in male and female. I must say, I offer my services to male as well. My facial treatments would be, I do like chemical peels, microdermabrasion, dermaplaning. I also do waxing, full body wax, wherever you want to wax. If you want to get a Brazilian, underarm, leg, I do that as well. I do body contouring. If you want to get that slim stomach for the summer, you can come to me. I have my slimming machine, cavitation.
I need a lot of body contouring. I might come holler at you.
Yeah. You don't want to undergo surgery. You don't have the time to, go do surgery, and, you want to just get that fat shrink, then, I'm here for you. Also, I do intimate bleaching. Sometimes we get hyperpigmentation under the underarm, the elbows, the knees, between the legs, anal area, vaginal area. So I do bleach those areas.
Oh, no. You serious? Wow. Do you got a lot of porno stars coming your way?
It's
I'm just saying, I just heard that they do that. So I have no, not like that. I know firsthand,
Yeah. So,
Wow. Okay.
Different services to suit everyone.
I mean, I didn't know that. Wow. So this is a really not, all kidding aside though, like this is really serious. You offer a vast array of services. Like you could literally be busy all damn day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So how's business?
No, I'm not going to open a business and offer just one service. Not every day somebody's going to come in and be like, I want to do a facial. I have clients who, they come in, they're like, oh, I'm getting my underarm waxed, and they're like, oh, I didn't know you do facial. I want a facial. Then you're like, oh, you know what? I have some stubborn cellulites on my legs. Can you get rid of those? I'm like, of course, you're at the right place. So, like, you could come in and you get like 4 or 5 services done.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, Andrea, there's a lot of people that suffer with skin problems. I suffered with skin problems as a child. I had to go see a dermatologist. Now, how do you diagnose who needs what? Like, what are some of the questions that you ask some of your clientele when they come through and they're trying to help, get help from you and your services?
Okay, so pretty much, say for instance, a young lady comes in and she want to get a facial. I have a 60-minute customized facial. So my first step is I have my forms, because you know your skin more than anyone else. Like, of course, I'm the skincare therapist. I'm going to take a look at your skin, but you're the one that sees your skin every day. So, of course, you know more. My job is to investigate. My job is to ask you questions. And based on how you answer those questions, then I can do a skin analysis. So basically, I will do a skin analysis based on your form. Say a young lady comes in and she has very dry skin. One of the questions I'll ask that contributes to dry skin would be smoking. Do you smoke? So I do a little investigation. When I begin my 60-minute facial, what I do first is do a double cleanse on the skin, get rid of all that dirt, debris, grease, make sure your skin is completely clean. And then I have what's called a magnifying lamp with a light. And that's what I use to take a close-up look at your skin. That light will give me an up-close look at your pore size. Say if you have large pores, that's an indication of you having oily skin. Small pores is indication of you having dry skin. Lines across the forehead mean you're dehydrated. So we take a close-up look, investigate the skin, and then we give you a treatment according to your skin type. I have products that's formulated for oily acne skin. I have products for extremely dry skin. I have products for sensitive skin. So it depends on, again, the type of skin you have. I'll treat you according to your skin type. If you have oily skin, of course, I won't use a moisturizer that's oil-based. I'll more use a water-based moisturizer because you already have more oil and we don't want to add more oil to the skin because adding more oils means I can possibly clog your pores. Clogging your pores means breakup, and we don't want that.
Wow, you're like the guru of skin. Did you have skin problems growing up yourself? Is this something that is at the essence of, why you're doing what you're doing now?
Actually, my skin wasn't too bad. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst, to be honest.
Okay.
But, so, I'm out here helping people to, have beautiful skin. And, I feel good when I see somebody comes in with a problematic skin. I'm like, okay, this is a new challenge for me and I'm going to help you.
Do you see that? How does it make you feel when you see the look on their faces and they feel better about themselves? How do you feel at your core?
It makes me feel very good. And you know what? I try to please every single client that walks through my door because when they leave here, please, guess what? They're going to tell a friend and a friend is going to tell a friend. And, that's business for me. So I'm doing well by helping them. They leave here happy. I'm going to be happy at the end of the day.
Yeah. And, everybody's always says, beauty is only skin deep. But, some people can't look at themselves in the mirror. So I was like, if you can't even look at yourself in the mirror, there's issues, like there's something that you have to fix. And I'm glad there's people out there like you that can at least, help boost somebody's, self-esteem at least a little bit, because, sometimes it could be just baby steps, just getting a good skin treatment, getting a good facial, making yourself, get rid of your blackheads. Like all that stuff can be important. Now, Andrea, in terms of like facials, right? Every time I think of facials and things of that nature, I think about that Sex and the City episode where Samantha has a red face at the gown with Carrie, and she's going AWOL. Now, when it comes to facials, what is like one of the more important things that people should know when it comes to facials, and that lets you know that you're getting a quality facial?
Okay, so I use the best product. I use a professional skincare line. They're really good. I used them when I was going to school, and that's why I continue to use them in my business right now, because you will see results in just one facial. Like when somebody gets up off my treatment chair and they go and look in the mirror, I'm waiting to hear, wow, my skin looks brighter, my skin feels smoother, and that just makes me absolutely happy, because in one treatment you see a difference. That's a big deal.
Now, Andrea, there's people that really have bad skin. And, they go to dermatologists, they can't get a remedy for it. They don't know if it's something they're eating. They don't know if it's something they're drinking. To those people out there, have you ever dealt with them first? And number two, have you been able to help people of that nature that have dealt with those situations?
So pretty much what I tell my clients that are like have really problematic skin is there's two types of elements to having bad skin that I can't treat, but I can control, is hormonal. I can't change your hormones. Your hormones, it's hormonal. If you have acne, it's hormonal. We can control it though by you getting consistent treatment, and genetics. Those two elements we can control them. We can't treat it. We can control it. And I tell my clients that have really problematic skin, hey, make sure you keep up with this facial treatment, because consistency is key. A facial is recommended every 2 weeks, and you need to be consistent. You can't come once per month, once in a while. It has to be something that you're going to continue to do. And also another important part of your facial treatment to get in the skin you want is home care. Home care is very important as well. When you leave here, I have to recommend you, I have to prescribe products to you that when you go home, you continue with the treatment. So it's not just once every 2 weeks you come and get your face professionally cleaned and treated, but you have to be maintaining at home as well.
So this is something where you really have to invest in yourself. You have to, as a person, like, it's a two-way street. Like, I'm giving you things that could help remedy the situation, but you have to be willing to invest in yourself monetarily and also taking care of yourself at home. So you can't be, on the cheapskate tip when it comes to things of this nature, because this is serious. And if you want to take care of it, this is what you're gonna have to do.
And so I see it, everybody's priority. If your skin looking beautiful in your face, that's a priority for you, then, you're going to invest. If your priority is to, go get dressed up and your skin is looking not so beautiful, that's up to you. So somebody has to make that decision and commit to, getting the skin they want.
Now, Ms. Shaw, the coronavirus pandemic has led to a lot of people being stressed out, a lot of anxiety. Do you have any treatments for people that are going through anxiety and stress?
No, I don't. What I can say is,
or what do you recommend for people that are going through that then?
You could come in, relax for 1 hour, and lay down in my nice treatment bed and get a nice facial. A facial is relaxing, and as an esthetician, one of the compliments a client gives you indirectly is to fall asleep on that treatment table. When my clients fall asleep, I'm very happy. That means they're in a nice space, they're nice and comfy, and they're enjoying their treatment.
Now, what would you tell anyone that's trying to get into this business? You know, because you seem to like it, you seem to be passionate about it. You seem to be in love with it. I'm
Yeah,
feeling the energy is oozing over the Zoom call. You know, like what would you tell someone that wants to, go that route?
go for it. Go for it. Make sure you have a passion for it. And, one of the things I want to touch on is try to be diverse. Like I I don't only cater to the African American community, but I am diverse. Any skin type walks through my door, I'm ready for them. And whoever is going into this field, they need to be open minded about that. You're catering for all skin types, the darkest to the lightest.
Now, it's great that you mentioned that because if I'm not mistaken, you are originally from Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
So it is so empowering to see, especially during the times right now where a lot of immigrant communities are getting bashed. You're coming over here from Jamaica, and then shout out to everybody in Jamaica, not only in Jamaica Queens, but in Jamaica itself. And but no, you came over here, and you've been able to become an entrepreneur. So you have like these two things going on. You're a female entrepreneur. You're empowering women to start their own businesses, and you're also, a first, not even the first people from your country to come over here. So how does that make you feel when you're setting these precedents?
I'm very proud of myself. I've made the sacrifices. Like, listen, I to get to where I'm at right now, it was a lot of work. Some days I'm discouraged, but I kept on moving because I knew what the end result was going to be, and I moved towards it. I've had mornings where, because I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I had a full-time job and I was going to school full-time. So I would get off my job some mornings at like 1 a.m. By the time I get home, it's 2 a.m. I have to get up at 6 a.m., be at school by 9 a.m. And it was a lot of work, and I pulled through for those 6 months. I pulled through.
You pull through and you become like, this amazing professional. You started your own business. You know, when you look back at where you started, first of all, could you discuss a little bit of what it was like, growing up in Jamaica and the dreams that you had as a child growing up there? Did you ever see yourself reaching this point as a kid?
As a kid, growing up, we have always heard that, America is this big, nice place that you want to be. I mean, I didn't care much for America. I just know I was happy as a little island girl growing up. And as I got older, I've had family that migrated, and of course they will tell you like, come to America. By the time I went through high school, right after finishing high school, I had like my grandmother living here, my aunt, quite a few family members living in New York, and they were like, we put in some paperwork for you, and it's time for you to leave Jamaica. And I was like, okay, so, I guess this is going to be a new adventure for me. At first, when I came here, I was homesick. I was living in Brooklyn, New York, and, the transition was real. It was different. Jamaica is just this little island filled with happy people. And here in America, it's like you have all these responsibilities, and it's a complete different ballgame, completely different. And by the way, I visited Jamaica 2 weeks ago. I haven't been to Jamaica in 7 years, and it was
Wow.
absolutely beautiful. It was nice to be back home.
Did it feel better going back as an entrepreneur this time?
Oh yeah, yeah. I just want to point this out, Angel.
Yeah.
With this field, skincare therapist, there's always new products coming out, new ways of doing things. And I just want to say, I wouldn't look at myself like I'm completely there yet. I'm going to always be educating myself. I will always be, whether it be webinars, in-person meetings, I'm always gonna keep educating myself because as a skincare therapist, you can't know too much. There's always something new to learn.
And that's great because, sometimes I always tell people, you got to find those type of professions because you could be caught in a profession where you're not really learning much. And that, over a course of time, it may make you feel empty. I've had jobs like that myself where I'm like, man, what am I doing? It's like I'm not learning anything new. So, it must be great. And, what advice or what kind of motivational words would you give to anyone, from your upbringing or anyone that's interested in, in becoming an entrepreneur? What would you tell them,
I would say, first thing I want to say, without a vision, I had a vision. And that was key. Me having a vision, I knew where I was going. I didn't just, okay, I'm going to be going to school, finish with school, and don't know where I'm going. I had a vision. That very first day when I sat in that classroom, I knew what I wanted, and that kept me going. Because I've had days when I'm tired, I'm sick, you name it, I'm stressed out, and I kept pushing. If you have that dream, you have that passion, you have that vision, and you go towards it, you'll definitely get there. You have to be consistent. Go ahead.
No, you have to be consistent. No. You were making a great point. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to be consistent. You have to really be dedicated. Dedicated, that's key. Dedicate yourself and passion. That's number one. If you're not passionate about it and you just want to go do it because somebody else is doing it, then, that's not enough motivation to push yourself. Especially if you're under pressure, like me that have a full-time job and I have to balance that out. And, there really has to be some passion there to keep motivated and keep going.
Did you have anybody around you that was trying to, stir you away from this situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, because, everybody always has these stories of people that, that have not hated, but have thrown shade or have not been supportive, like, how were you able to handle that? Because I know that always happens on your way up.
So you know what I did?
What did you do?
I blocked all those people out. They didn't exist. From
the
moment I decided to go on this change in path or career, I decided that anything negative that was coming my way was going to be shoved to the side and blocked out completely.
And I appreciate that. And, that's actually a big, like, underlying theme in American culture right now, too, this cancel culture. But I always tell people, wise people always tell you, cut people off that aren't working for you. You have to cancel situations. You have to cancel people. You have to cancel things that aren't good for you. It can be a positive thing. I think that people are really misconstruing right now what's happening. Like, canceling things can be good if you're trying to make it to a goal, because sometimes you need to do that. And you would agree with that, right?
Yes.
Now, when it comes to the coronavirus pandemic, Andrea, like, because I'm sure that people that are listening right now and are interested in you providing a service for them, they're wondering about the sanitary conditions of your place. Now, could you go a little bit into detail of the things that you do to make sure that you're running a top-notch operation?
Okay, so even before this whole pandemic, we've always, in the course, it's called infection control. And that's a big thing as an esthetician. You have to practice infection control, which means, between each of my clients, I give myself enough time to disinfect my bed with the appropriate disinfection. I sterilize my comedone extractor to my tweezer. Everything is pretty much disinfected between each client that walks in. I do strictly appointments. I have no one bumping into each other. course, a facial, you can't really wear a mask with a facial, but, I wear my mask and a face shield for the most part. So we're both protected during the service. And pretty much just clean, clean, clean. Make sure everything is clean. And
Okay.
only the person getting a service can come in. I don't do any extra guests right now. If you're not here to do a service, then, you can't be hanging around. There's, of course, that's extra exposure for myself and my other clients.
So no loitering, in other words. Don't be
No.
loitering at the
Nope.
spot.
You have an appointment to come. Don't come earlier for your appointment because I don't have the space to accommodate you, especially if I'm servicing another client. We don't need people to be bumping into each other, because my client may be leaving and they didn't get a chance to put their face mask on. I would have a client in the waiting area. They happen to not have their face mask on. That's an issue. So nobody's bumping into each other right now. Strictly by appointment. Me and my client. That's it.
Now, could you discuss any, like, the hardships that you endured opening a business a little bit for the people out there that may be interested in opening one?
I'm working by myself. Of course, I have to pretty much figure out everything. Restocking, stocking up for what I need. I mean, I didn't get a loan because I came up with, I wanted to open before the pandemic. The pandemic came and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? And I'm like, you know what? The pandemic, that gives me time to really properly stop my business, get my facial bed, my steamer, my color warmer, my wax warmer, my wax supplies, everything you could possibly think of. And, I have my book as a guide from school. I use that and I sat down one day and I'm like, okay, in a spa, what are some of the things that you need in a spa? And I'm like, okay, I know the first thing I need is something for my client to be comfy on. And I got my nice facial bed. And then I'm like, okay, so I need towels. And I sat there and I brainstormed all the things that I need. And my first client came in, I want to shout her out. If you want to get your hair done, Tammy Hair Studio, she's amazing. She was actually my first client that came in and, she made videos of her whole facial experience and people trusted her. And they said, let's give her a try. And, business been going well since. And, I'm really proud of myself because not only did I get clients that come once, they came twice and they came again. And I'm like, I know I'm doing something good because if I wasn't, they wouldn't be coming back. There's a lot of places, a lot of options they have in Queens, or even if they wanted to go to Brooklyn, and they came to me, and that meant something to me.
Now, when you got that first client, were you excited or were you relieved? Was it a sense of relief or a sense of excitement?
I was excited and I was nervous, and I said to her, I'm open for constructive criticism, and just look around and tell me what you think I need to improve on. And she was like, your place looks very clean, very nice, looks good, do your thing. And I felt good.
Well, that's what's up. All right, Jamaica's finest, we'll reach that point in the show where we're going to play 5 Words with Angel. All right, Andrea, are you ready to play 5 Words with Angel?
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. Now, 5 Words with Angel today, I'm going to say a word or a phrase, and you're going to give me the first word that comes to your mouth. All right, to your head. Excuse me. First word is Jamaica.
Beautiful.
All right. Second word, dance hall.
Vibes Cartel.
All right. Third word, facials.
Beautyholics Medspa.
All right, that's what's up. Fourth word, one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, oxtails.
Ooh, Jamaican food.
And last but not least, Mr. Bob Marley.
Marijuana.
Oh my God. Andrea, thank you so much for being on the Angel of Words podcast. And before we head out, please, if you can, give a message to everybody out there in Jamaica, however you want, but also give a message out there to everybody listening all over the world, because they are, let them know where to find the Beautyholics Medspa. Let them know everything you want to let them know before we end the podcast.
Okay, so again, my Instagram page is Beautyholics_Medspa. You can book there, check out my videos, check out my photos. If you have any questions, you can always DM me. And, I'll be there for whatever questions you have. I'm located in Laurelton, Queens, New York. So whenever you're ready for a nice facial, I'm right here for you. I just want to say to everyone that's, going towards a career, just keep pushing. There's going to be a lot of obstacles in the way. Just keep pushing.
Well, Ms. Shaw, really, thank you so much for being the epitome of a strong human being who never gave up on their dreams and continue hustling. You know what I'm saying? You are, just a testament to what the United States is all about, man. If you want to make things happen, you go out there and make things happen no matter what. And I really wish you the best, and you will be seeing me go get my first facial. So everyone in the audience, we're gonna Facebook Live that or do something of that sort. So don't forget to continue following Beautyholics Medspa on Instagram, and go get yourself beautiful, man, with Miss Andrea Shaw. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, have a nice night. All right, have a good night. You too.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed my interview today with Miss Andrea Shaw, owner of Beautyholics Medspa. And don't forget to follow her on her social media. And if you need those facials and you want to get beautiful, go visit her at her shop. Now, you know where to find me on YouTube. It's Angel of Words, ENT. You could also follow me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, at the Angel of Words podcast. And if you want to follow me on social media, it is at Angel of Words, ENT. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Talk to you later.